we are Gordon and Anne of the Lancashire Mead Company.
Hello, we are here to tell you a bit about us, a bit about our products, and guide you through the process of how we make mead. How did it all start?
It all started a long time ago.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, 2009/10. In 2009, I put a homebrew together with a friend at a cottage in the woods in Chorley. That mysteriously disappeared before either of us got to it. So, and then in the following year, I think it was, the cottage was burnt to the ground. So that was out. So then I started homebrewing at home. For the simple reason I wanted a pure mead and could not find pure meads for love nor money on the internet at the time. You had your commercial meads, which were all sulphited or isinglassed, just wasn't up to what I wanted in a mead. It was too sweet, too thick, too sickly. So I started making my own and perfected the recipes over the next 3 years, whilst I was a wagon driver, working all hours God's ends up and down the country, nights out, and either the driving had to give or the mead had to give. We're now in a situation where we know that the driving gave way to the mead, and it's all her fault.
Why is it all my fault?
Because you told me to give me notice in and you'd look after me and everything.
Yeah, by that point we'd met and it was like, okay, you've definitely got a business here, so we'll give it a go. Little did we know what was to come in the future. But we're here and it's brilliant.
Yep.
How do we make mead?
Right, we make mead in a very traditional manner, but with the modern twist. The modern twist is we don't use glass, we don't use stainless steel, we use plastic. Plastic doesn't impart any flavour into the meads, so all our fermentation vessels are made from plastic. What we did find while we were tasting mead is that using stainless steel goblets gives it a metallic flavour, so we just said no to stainless steel.
So plastic is more of an environmental impact as it's made, but over time, because we don't use temperature control and things like that you'd have to use for stainless steel or glass, it's actually less of a carbon footprint, because we try to keep our carbon footprint, our ethos, as green as we possibly can. We do have restrictions within that and choices we have to make, but we are as green as possible. So the only energy consumption is in making the actual plastic. After that, it is carbon free. We don't use isinglass. Isinglass is?
Fish guts. It's derived from a fish's swim bladder.
And what that does in most alcohol products, it is used to clarify, which is where it picks up the yeast and drops it to the bottom and gives you a nice clear product at the end. So we don't use that, we let that happen naturally. So time literally does that. And then we filter using paper sheets. So it's a industrial version of a coffee filter, and the grains go into it. So you put your paper pads between two metal plates. The paper pad catches all the dead yeast. If we're using hops, it'll catch the hops. If we're using berries, it'll catch the berries. Everything that's in there, down to 0.2 micron, which is as clear as we can possibly get it. So there's no sulfites. We don't use sulfites for stabilising either. That means the product can haze and sediment, a bit like a bottle of red. You get that little bit at the bottom sometimes. But it is a clear product. It's fine to drink. It doesn't cause any problems to the consumer. We use honey,
Yep.
water, yeast. That is it. That is all we use. And then when certain flavours like Viking's Blood has blackcurrants, blackberry, blueberries, Thor has citra hops, but they are as natural as we can get them. We don't use anything in suspended alcohol. We don't use any animal products. We are gluten-free. We are vegetarian-friendly. We are not vegan because we use honey, okay? So please don't think we're claiming that. We are vegetarian though. We don't use any animal products in our production of mead.
I think really the largest part of the carbon footprint is actually the honey itself. Because we have to import, because we can't keep up. The English beekeepers can't keep up with demand for the honey, for sale of honey. So having honey for mead making is just too much, and we have to import. So we get our honey from a lovely family-run business up in Lancaster, 4th generation, 5th generation, I think. Beekeepers, they also import. We get our honey, our base honey, which a lot of people will wince at when I say it's Chinese, but it's high quality. You can see the pollens in it. It's not one of these glucose fructose syrups that you used to get from China. Neither is it full of the antibiotics and whatever they used to use on the hives to kill the varroa mite. That's all back under control. The other honey we use is Argentinian. We're also looking at some Mexican and some New Zealand honeys coming up in the future.